Hello everyone. Welcome to my channel, Accounting for Real. So, welcome back today. Same place, same channel, same time. Uh, this is Charlotte Hubbard Walker, Accounting for Real. So today, I just want to share a few little technology trends with you today, and then I have my accounting book where I'm going to review a few little things out of the basic accounting book. But first, um, let me get my there I have my cottage cheese. It's cottage cheese with peaches, and this is real good. Hood. I started buying this. I saw a commercial on TV, so and I said, you know what? I saw a commercial and saw where they had a lot of different flavors. So I said, let me try it. I tried these are real good. So you ought to try these. And it's the hood, and they have different, fruit in there. This one has peaches, and I think they have some that have pineapple in them and different ones. And then what I do, I take a little bit of add a little more cottage cheese to it, and I have a little more. So so I have cottage cheese. This is the cottage cheese with the peaches. So what I do, I just add. I actually don't really need it. I really don't need to add none, so this might be enough. This should be enough. I really don't need to add, so I just take it like this and stir it up like that. I'll have. And then I also have my, so not cooking nothing, not preparing nothing today. I also have my Lala. I drink so many of these. So I'm gonna start out with a few technology trends. Okay, first we have smart technology. Like in other words, I guess you can make anything smart. Nowadays we have a smart TV. We can make our TV smart. That we can do whatever we wanted to do. We have you have your items in your kitchen that you can make smart. You got your smart homes, your smart TV, all kind of smart technology devices have come out on the market. So in other words, you can make your kitchen, your laundry, and your refrigerator smart. We have smartphones, smart speakers, smart TVs. Um, and then we have a merger of three tech giants with the Smart Home Alliance project. They call Project Connected Home. Uh, Project Connected Home over, I think that's IP, I guess. The aim of the project is to make it easier for devices, for device manufacturers to build devices compatible with smart home and voice services. Um, we have automation. Automation decreases human effort. So in other words, a lot of things are becoming automated because they're basically putting humans out of a job. So In other words, like this, I know when I go to Target, I they have the self checkout. In other words, uh, instead of a representative, instead of a customer, you know what you call it, customer service rep. Instead of a customer service rep, you have the smart, and you have the self checkout. That means you go check yourself out. They're not paying nobody to work those machines, so Target has those. Cause I notice every time I go up there, most of the time we have one in my area. When I go up there, they only have maybe one person with a one live person at the cash register, and then they have this other little area where they have um the little automated so self checkout. You check yourself out. But you scan your items, and if you want to pay with your card or your money, and then cash, your card or cash, and then you press certain buttons, just like a little computer. And then we have cloud computing, right? I have self checkout. We have robotics. A lot of places are using robotics, like hospitals, even college campuses. They're using robotics to uh, bring some of the students. In other words, the students order something, they can bring the robots to bring their order right to their dorm. Right on campus. And then we have it says updated robotics, big data, faster data streams, smart thermostat, automatic security systems, or automated security systems. So we have 5G technology, 5G technology dealing with the phones. In other words, it used to be a 3G, 4G. Now we have 5G, so we have faster internet access, faster Wi-Fi and faster internet access. So Wi-Fi, I think Wi-Fi 6 is becoming available. Smart home devices will be linked by faster, more powerful networks. Artificial intelligence, increasing computing power, and we have and computers will be able to start doing more complex human tasks at lightning speeds. So that's what that's artificial intelligence. Computers will be able to start doing more complex human tasks at lightning speeds. We have voice technology, Siri, and Alexa. So, in other words, voice technology, you tell Siri or Alexa what you want them to do, and they can talk back to you. I mean, I don't know. I never had one, but I don't know. I don't know to what extent they can. In other words, you might say, or I heard people say, well, Alexa, turn the light on for me, and then Alexa would turn the light on. But I don't know if she can answer those, any complex questions. Because they said voice processing, we have machine learning, neuro-linguistic programming, allows computers and systems to understand the true meaning of voice. We have blockchain technology, of everyone's favorite cryptocurrency. Blockchain technology allows technology to communicate securely and verifiably, all the while doing a great job of preventing malicious acts during data transfer. We have analytics, help companies turn large chunks of raw data into something actionable and useful. We have cloud computing, Internet of Things, big data, growing analytics. Tools utilizing learning will be needed at a far greater extent than currently implemented to make sense of the data, identify issues, and even recommend action. And then we have and then also Samsung is they have something now called Samsung Smart Things. So I guess and probably dealing with Samsung phones. They have I guess they have the 5G network phones as well. We also have smart light bulbs. So in other words, you have the smart homes. So 9 times out of 10, you're gonna have your smart light bulbs. You have everything smart in your kitchen, and also your if you have a house with a garage, then the garage door that may be smart. Uh, See, smart bulbs for a smart home makes the home comfortable. So in other words, if making a home smart, basically people do that so they can make their homes more comfortable, economical, entertaining, and safe. And you have a smart home, you have cameras all around, you have, basically you don't have to get up to do nothing. You have the home be so smart that you don't even have to get up, TV, that you have, give somebody a command or hit a button or something or remote. If you have a remote control in your smart home, sit right down there and hit a button on the remote, or even your phone, your cell phone. A lot of times, cell phones are used. Hold on. Cell phones are used to, you know, give the order, generate, the command right from your phone. And even if you have your cameras set up all around your smart home, it don't have to be a smart home, but even if you have the cameras around, you have it set up where you can monitor everything from your tablet or another computer, right? From another location, and from your cell phone. So you got your cell phone. You can look at your you download the app, and then you can monitor your home right from your cell phone. You don't even have to be home. So technology is advanced, and it will be advanced even more in the years to come. So it says Amazon, Google, Samsung, Apple, uh, they're working together. But it says they're working together. I think Amazon, Google, and Apple are working together on a project. But this one says Apple, Google, Samsung, and Amazon, Google, Samsung, and Apple. They deal with the smart technology to capture the broader customer base. So in other words, they want to capture the broader customer base. Because like I said in my previous videos, this gives them a unique standpoint in the market. So in other words, if they are offering these smart home devices, and these smart devices and other companies are not offering them, then they are offering something unique, something that will draw customers into them. So, it's good. It's so good. So, that means they're offering something that other competitors may not have. And that's my So these smart homes. So let me finish. Let me see what else I have. Smart homes become smart thanks to machine learning. Lights that are programmed from your phone. As I said, things can be programmed right from your phone. You don't have to be home. Even those ring doorbell technology devices, monitor them right from your cell phone. You could be at work, and what if you see a burglar trying to get in your house? You got your phone, and access a remote or access your access point, your monitoring, point. Automated window blinds, video doorbells that make our home comfortable and safe. Robots in the home. We also have in-home healthcare, preventative measures, wearables that help us lead a healthier lifestyle by monitoring our activities, our activity levels, quality of sleep, and nutrition. Allow us to remotely connect with medical practitioners, alert caregivers, and diagnose illness. As I said, remotely connect. In other words, you got your cell phone, You can monitor, remotely connect right from your cell phone. You can see everything going on in your house. So everything going on in your house. And then we have, it says Apple's current watch. Apple's current watch, in other words, the iWatch, it can carry out electrocardiogram to monitor for patterns of irregularity in heartbeats that could be early signs of illness. So in other words, you get one of those Apple watches and it has a built-in electrocardiogram. You can monitor your own health condition. And then if you have remote access with your clinic or your doctor, then you can remotely access your doctor. And then you have this Apple iWatch. That's all you need. Keeps you from having to worry about, running to all your appointments. Sometimes you do want to go into the doctor's office, but sometimes you might not, feel like you want to travel. So these are some great the incentive devices. We have smart home devices, smart home monitoring, security cameras for your home. Some people have cameras all around the outside and inside. And smart home security system, night vision security cameras, Google Home controller prices, um, wearable trends. We have our Google glasses, wearables, your watches, like I said, that monitor. Then they also had a fitness wearables too. You have the fitness wearable bands that you can put around your ankles and around your wrist. That way you can monitor your heartbeat, your heart rate, your weight, and everything. It's just real nice. Um, Also, Google has a smart home. Google has smart home devices as well. So that's it for those technology devices. And also, even when it comes to dealing with these technology devices, you still have to have you still want to have security. hmm So you have cameras all around. Anything that's open to the internet, any device that you have open to the internet, whether it's your computers, your laptops, cell phone, all of those things can be hacked. So it's not good, not a good thing to put your too much valuable information on your cell phones or even your desktop or your laptop or your tablet, your Kindle. hmm I have a Kindle. I have a Kindle, a laptop, and my desktop that I'm working on now. Mostly all of my videos, basically all my videos that I upload to my YouTube channel. I have I record with my HP desktop computer right here that I'm using right now. But as I said, you can't have all these smart homes. You can make your car smart, your TV smart, your home smart. Anything that you make smart, dealing with dealing with all these electronic devices and all these trendy devices, you still have to have security. So hackers can get in your phone, they can hack into your computer, your tablet, your laptop. They can get in your phone, steal all your private and personal pictures and your emails. So it's not a good thing to put all your personal business on your phones or your computers. That's what my husband always said. Honey, that's why I don't like he was like, I don't want to put none of my pictures on Facebook. He never liked to put his pictures on Facebook. So, so he said that people can do crazy things because they can take your picture and make fake IDs, commit identity theft, and all kinds of stuff with your pictures. So I learned to listen. Sometimes we may think we know everything, but sometimes there's nothing wrong with taking advice from somebody that knows better or had has more experience than you on certain issues. So nothing wrong I don't care how old you get. There's nothing wrong with taking advice from somebody. But sometimes, even our parents, they always will give us advice. So, cause that's how things go. Nothing wrong. Because sometimes you wish you had listened, and you wish you had listened when they tell you things. So I usually just take this and I take that, shake it up a little bit, and then pour it on down in my cup like that. So, and I'm saying, with all these smart devices, yeah, it feels good to, be comfortable and safe. You have, in your home, comfortable, safe, and entertained. You're sitting down watching TV. You have you have everything set up. You have your smart this and smart that, and you're like, shoot, I'm just sitting here. All I gotta do is sit down with the remote. Um, hey, or even, or just talk. You know, give voice commands with for your Alexa and your Siri. Alexa, turn the light on. Alexa, turn the light off. I mean, I was wondering, can Alexa bring you some coffee or something like that? Alexa, bring me a cup of coffee. Alexa, go get my bedroom slippers. Really? Oh. Uh-huh. Alexa, you know, Alexa, can you bring me a couple dollars? Bring me a few million? So, all kidding aside, but it feels good to have I can imagine what it would feel like to have a nice, big, beautiful home, and everything is smart. You got your nice TVs, everything, the whole house is smart. You can sit back and don't have to do nothing. I mean, I don't know if they're smart home. I don't know if they smart. I don't know if they are smart enough to fix you some food, and you sitting on the sofa, and then they bring you your plate of food. Really? Alexa, oh, now I don't know. You can tell Alexa, bring me some food, fix my dinner. Bring it to me. But I guess I guess they do certain things. I mean, I guess if you had one of them robots, maybe if you had a robot in your home that that zooming around, and you can get them commands maybe to, hey, go fix me go fry me some chicken, bring me a glass of lemonade, so maybe the robots can do that, but I don't I would assume that Siri or Alexa would not be able to do anything like that. But those are trendy voice technology devices. Hmm. So I would love to have a smart home and everything, but I mean, it's cool, but it's almost for sense. I mean, as humans that need to exercise, we still need to get up and move around, because I remember Michelle Obama, when they were her husband was Barack was in office. She had the campaign called "Let's Move." So we have to get up and move. So we don't want to be too complacent and too laid back. Well, where we have technology doing everything for us, they try to, automation, cutting the humans out of their jobs. Even credit union that I belong to, TechQ, they they said they're cutting out a lot. I believe they probably already did it, because I know when the last time I was over there was sometime in the beginning of last year, and they said they cutting out all the tellers. There will be no tellers when you're going in to make your transactions. There'll be no tellers. They got the machines, so they didn't already move to automation. Um, the last time I went over there, they had these automated machines, like, just basically computers. And you just get in line, and when it's your turn, you go ahead. Um, you go up. You hit a few little buttons, put your account number and your name and all that up there, and then you just make your transaction. and there were no tellers waiting on us. So I think there were only maybe 2 people at the service desk in case you had any other problems. But there were no tellers, and they had already said, the lady told me, said, look, we're moving, we getting, there would be no tellers. It's TEPQ, Transit. Oh, what's the name of that credit union? I think it's Transit, Federal Credit Union, Transit Federal Credit Union, something like that. TEPQ. And they were pretty good. I've been with them for probably for about previously about 8 years maybe, yeah, up until last year. Mhm. And last time I went over there, I couldn't even get into my account, and they told me I had to go in my online, I had to go online and do this and do that. You had to remember your password. I'm like, really? You know? I'm like, that's cool. It's all good. So, that's all good. So, but so those are the things. There's just a few little technology trends that I wanted to speak on. Um, so basically, and as I said, security. Hackers can get in. You have these cameras. In other words, where I live at, the community, the property here, they have cameras all around the buildings. So, and then also in the hall. So there's been so much happening because I watch the news every day. So there's so much happening in the news that but sometimes these crimes are so brazen, they don't care about cameras and that. They rolling up on people, jumping out of cars, shooting and all that. It really has gotten so bad in D.C. hmm I said, just hoping that maybe we can just pray to God and hoping things will change because, you know, we try to do the right thing, you try to live a nice life and raise your kids and have an enjoyable life, but so one thing we can do probably is just pray over the matter and ask God if He could change a lot of things that be happening in the world. And so like I said, security. In other words, you have your cameras all around, and so it's almost really not good to even put cameras in your house because if hackers get in, if hackers tap into your cameras, they can see all into your house. They can see all in your house. So I'm debating about having cameras put up, in my home where I live. I'm thinking about I'd rather just have I'd rather just have some alarm systems put up. An alarm system. Have an alarm system put in the inside. We already have cameras around on the outside, so but because if you have cameras on the outside, you're not gonna worry about no hackers getting in because only thing they're gonna see is the outside world. See, that's a good thing about that, so they can hack the cameras all they want. So, but they can see. I mean, they can see, the property on the outside. But if you have cameras inside your home, and they hacking into that, and they can hack into your car. You have Wi-Fi in your car, and you have these cameras in your car, and they can hack into that. They can hack into anything that's open to the internet. They can basically. And I never really thought about because I was reading in one of my videos. I was reading how they can hack into your cell phone, and I never thought about that. They can put a virus on your cell phone, hack into your cell phone, steal all your personal, your pictures, your emails, your personal, I would say your personal. I don't know the word I want to use, but it's not personal, but it is personal, but it is, in other words, private. That's what I want. Yeah. Your personal, your private information, that you only have meant for, you have meant for your loved ones, not for nobody else to be hacking into your phone and putting a virus on your phone, stealing your information and stealing your emails and stealing your text messages, your pictures, emails, text messages, pictures. So when you think about that, you're like, really? So, but security is very important. You have to have your firewalls, um, your anti-hacker software. Do whatever you have to do because it's very important. I never thought about that. Cell phones being hacked. I always thought about my computer. I said, I hope, pray that they don't put no virus on my computer. And they say, watch out for these, for certain emails that you open, what they call phishing. You can open the wrong email and you can be just setting a virus through your whole computer. And so those are the things, security is very important, very important. And sometimes, no matter how secure you think you are, they always find a way. Hackers find a way to get in. So they're saying that encryption, according to my research and what I learned in school, encryption is the best. I believe that may be the best solution to keeping these hackers away from our personal and private emails, pictures, and text messages. So if things are encrypted in codes, then they don't have the code. They will have to have the code to decrypt the encryption in order to get into your personal and private information. So they wouldn't know the code, so they couldn't decrypt it. So in other words, encryption is probably the best way to go. But don't know how much money that would be. In other words, encrypting a whole lot of things when it comes to security. That may be time consuming, and it may be, that may cost, funding for that may be limited. That's probably why it's not done in every instance. So that is, but secure computers, technology trends, these computers, automation. We talking about automation. We talking about even on jobs, technology trends on the job. You want to, in other words, different technology trends you want to make available. In other words, you're running a business. You want to make those technology trends available to keep up with your competitors. Keep up with your competitors. Keep up with your customers. Keep up with your customers, your employees. Because it keeps you on top. It keeps you, it keeps you in line with your competitors. You don't want to be behind. You don't want your competitors to have more updated technology in their business than you have. Because in other words, how you gonna get things done? How you gonna operate business in a day-to-day fashion? Your competitors having things that technology trends that you don't have. Hold tight. Hello. Who is it? Can you call me back in about 5 minutes? I'm doing a video. All right. Okay. Phone ring. Wood ring. Okay. And I forgot what I was saying. Oh yeah, technology. So as I was saying, technology is a good thing, and besides hackers getting in and infiltrating your system and messing up your your day-to-day operations, stealing your private and personal information, stealing your company information. In other words, you have you running a company, you have to have security. You have to have strong, powerful security that almost like a brick wall, so hackers can't get in. But at the same time, you may be scared because you're scared that oh, I need this technology, but should I have it? Or because I'm scared hackers getting in, but I still need it because I want to be able to stay abreast. I want to stay abreast of things that's happening in the in my industry. In other words, my industry, I need to stay abreast. I need to do research. I need these information systems and I need the proper security to keep the hackers out. I don't have, it's detrimental to my company if hackers get in and steal all my personal information and put everything out there in open in the outside world. They get in and put all my personal company information, my customers and my employees, my manufacturers, my suppliers, put all their personal information out there. Is detrimental to my company. But at the same time, you still need that information. I mean, you still need the information. You need to be able to have technology in your organization so you can be able to bring in that vital and important information through these information systems that you are having. You can have them built, or you may already have them. But that security is very important. So will you say, hey, well, I'm not gonna get no I don't want no technology devices. I'm not worried about keeping up with the technology trend. Would you say that? Just because you're thinking about the hackers may get in, or hackers may get in, but no, because if you don't have these, if you don't keep up with these new technology trends, like I said, you won't be able to keep up with your competitors, your customers, your suppliers, your manufacturers, your customers, your employees. So technology and bringing in that information, any kind of business any kind of business that you are in, you gonna need information. Managers need information. That's what they call managerial accounting. Managers need information on a day-to-day basis. Owners need information. So, and that's what they call it in the term. They have information technology, and you're using technology to bring that important information into your business, keep you abreast of everything that goes on in your industry. You have to keep up with technology. You have to keep up with those technology trends. I need information on this. I need information on that. And then even outsiders need information. You have financial accounting. Your outsiders need information so they can, your auditors, your banks, your credit unions, they need information. So those type of outside organizations, they need that outside. They need information from within your organization. In other words, they need your accounting information so they can, in other words, they have to see that they have to see that you up to your tax codes, that you filing your taxes. You run a business. You have to file business taxes. You have to your customers. Your employees. You have to make sure the employees. You have to make sure you put your employees' names down when it comes to taxes, tax season. So in case you be audited or whatnot. So that's important for financial accountants, financial accounting. hmm Financial accounting. You don't want to have your books all messed up. You don't have your accounts receivables, your accounts payables, revenues. Revenues minus expenses. That is what goes on the income statement. Assets equals liabilities plus owner's equity is what goes on the balance sheet. So all those statements have to be in order. Balance sheet, income statement, statement of owner's equity. So you have your accounting department. I'm not the accounting person, but I did take a few accounting courses, so I'm quite comfortable with my accounting skills. But I'm not an expert. I'm not a CPA or anything like that. But I think accounting is good. I think everybody should have at least the basics, because we all deal with money on a day-to-day basis. We all deal with our bank accounts. We balance our checkbooks. We have our bank statements that come in. We deal with our bank accounts. We pay bills on a monthly basis. You might be buying a house or buying a car. All those things take knowledge of accounting. In other words, you have to account for the money you have going in and coming in, rather than money, taking account of the money coming in your home and the money going out of your home. What revenues do you have coming in your home on a monthly basis? What expenses do you have going out? So you take your revenues that you have coming in on a monthly basis and minus those revenues from all the expenses you have for that particular month, and that will give you your net income for that month. hmm So that is important. That's important. So I always tell people, I mean, when I first started taking accounting, I didn't really like it. I didn't really like it, but I kind of almost fell in love with it. You know, I fell in love with it you know, as I moved forward in my degree program. I was like, no, when I first started taking accounting, I was kind of confused about those daggone T accounts. And I was like, you know what, really? What in the world is this? And then, so, so once I put my foot down and start, this is a book. I presented this book before. So once I start, once I put my foot down and I got into my accounting book, uh, I started kind of enjoying it. And the first transaction we had was, I think it was Gary Lyons invested $50,000 in his business. Gary Lyons invested $50,000 in his business. So debit, cash, anything coming into the business, you want to debit the cash for increase, and credit owner's equity. So you want to credit owner's equity for increase. So that would be the equity in your business. So this is a nice book, and it says right here, accounting has a long history. Some scholars claim that writing arose in order to record accounting information. Account records date back to the ancient civilization of China, Babylonia, Greece, and Egypt. The rulers of these civilizations used accounting to keep track of the cost of labor and materials used in building structures such as the Great Pyramids. The need for accounting has existed as long as there has been business activity. So accounting has been around for a long time. I never even knew nothing about accounting until I went to college. Never even heard of it. I heard of accounting because I never heard of it even when I was in high school. I have never heard of accounting. But when I got down straight at university, that's the only time I heard about it. So that's why I was kind of probably mystified. I'm like, what in the world is this? I do not know what is going on. But sometimes college is all about, sometimes we think we can't do a thing, but once you put your mind to it, you buckle down and study. And sometimes when you read something, and sometimes you end up having to read it more than once. Because sometimes we may read something, look, I don't understand, and get mad at ourselves. But sometimes you have to read things more than one time. Because I found myself, sometimes I had to read one chapter 4 or 5 times. Yep, sometimes when I didn't understand it, I jumped right back down and got down in the book. Yep, got right down in the book. And sometimes we have open book tests. And people in my classmates was like, we're going to be cool. I don't even have to, they be like, some of them be like, I don't even have to study. It's going to be open book. I'm like, really? I'm still going to study. Because even though the teacher made an open book, they still make it hard. They make it hard, so you still, I always still study. I didn't take no chances. I ain't listen to nobody else. I'm like, Hubbard, I ain't worried about studying a whole lot because it's gonna be open book anyway. I'm like, it's gonna be open book, but that don't mean it's gonna be easy. Damn Sperry University ain't never made that easy. I mean, we always had to do, we had to do presentations every week. We had to go home, read a certain amount of chapters, and then we had to come back, do our presentation, stand up in front of the class, and explain. We had to explain. Sometimes we may have to explain just like the bold headings. I know one of my professors, Dr. Jewell, he always had us. We had to go in front of the class and explain the bold headings. He gave each now we put us in groups a lot of times. And in other words, sometimes we may have one chapter. My group may have the whole chapter, but we had each one of us may have a couple of bold headings, 2 or 3 bold headings apiece, depending on how many was in the chapter. And we had to, we had to already come to class prepared. And you come to class prepared, so you got your notes, and also you do your little research if you want to. You had your notes, and then you write things down. You do, time you get to class, you already know. You get up in front of the class, you can explain yourself better when you do your homework. You come prepared. So that's how that went. And then we had a certified public accountants, licensed accountants who serve the general public rather than one particular company. Certified public accountants. And then also said computers. Computers have revolutionized accounting in the late 20th century. Tasks that are time consuming when done by hand are handled quickly and easily by computer. In addition to helping with accounting itself, microcomputers, personal computers such as Apple's, IBM's, and Compaq's assist with many financial applications of accounting information and in business correspondence. And then we have ethical considerations in accounting and business. Ethical considerations pervade all areas of accounting and business. Consider a situation to challenge the ethical conduct of the accountant. So in other words, accountants have to be, if you're accountant, you're working for a company and you're dealing with other people's finances, financial statements, income statements, balance sheets, statement of owner's equity, you have to come with ethics. You have to come with the whole package. You have to be ethical. Standards of professional conduct was adopted by the members of the AICPA. Code of professional conduct. What they call that is it was called the preamble to the code states certified public accountant assumes an obligation of self-discipline above and beyond the requirements and laws and regulations. Also, we have the proprietorships. A proprietorship has a single owner, and extra hands started. They got Julie DiFilippo's company, and Extra Hands started out as a proprietorship. Proprietorships tend to be small retail establishments or individual professional businesses. We have partnerships. It joins 2 or more individuals together as co-owners. Each owner is a partner. They have many retail establishments as well as some professional organizations of physicians, attorneys, and accountants are partnerships. Right, because you have law firms. Most of those are partnerships. Now, my cousin, he's an attorney. Yes, Curtis L. Hubbard, attorney at law. So he doesn't practice here in D.C. I think he practices in Georgia. So he's been a lawyer for about, I would say probably about over 20 years now. Corporations. A corporation is a business owned by stockholders or shareholders, people who own stock or shares of ownership in the business. So in other words, you run in a corporation and you want to sell some shares of stock, and then somebody purchase stock in your business, then they own a certain portion, a certain share. They own a certain share of your business. I would love to purchase me some stock in Apple or Microsoft, a company like that, a company that's doing well. Then we have the generally accepted accounting principles. The term accounting principles is broader than you might think. Generally accepted accounting principles include not only principles but also concepts and methods that identify the proper way to produce accounting information. So in other words, generally accepted accounting principles, they govern the way that they produce accounting information. In other words, when you're doing those accounting statements, you have to adhere to the GAAP, generally accepted accounting principles. You got to make sure those statements are, accountants have to make sure they the statements are accurate. So we have the entity concept. An accounting entity is an organization or section of an organization that stands apart from other organizations and individuals as a separate economic unit. And also then we come down, before we even get to the T accounts, so before we get to the T accounts, it's good to know so that's what the T account looks like. In other words, if you have In other words, you have a T account. That's a T account. In other words, In other words, I invested $50,000 in my business. I want to debit my cash account, and I want to debit my cash account and credit my owner's equity account. So that's just like an initial investment in the business. And so, in other words, but before you get to the T account, it's good to know these terms like liabilities. You got the accounting equation: assets equals liabilities plus owner's equity. Then we have liabilities. Liabilities are outside of claims. In other words, you run in a business and you owe, say for instance, you owe $20,000. You purchase some supplies. Say for instance, you purchase some supplies from your manufacturer. So that would be an outsider claim. That would be a liability. And then owner's equity, as I said, owner's equity will be, this will be my equity in the business, $50,000 that I, as an owner, invested $50,000 in my business. That would be owner's capital, owner's equity. And then we have accounts receivable. In other words, you have people or companies that owe you money. So once they start paying you, that will become an accounts receivable to your business, back to your business. And when you write it down, in other words, you write it down, it will become a note receivable. In other words, like write it down like a promissory note. So somebody owe you some money, somebody owe your business some money. They purchase some items from your business and they owe you money. You wrote it down as a promissory note. So that would be notes receivable. Then we have accounts payable. So accounts payable, in other words, you're McDonald's or you running a business. Say for instance, I'm running my hair, jean and t-shirt business, and I went and purchased $10,000 worth of merchandise inventory. So I'm and I paid on time. I paid on time. I didn't pay, but I created credit accounts so I can pay it. I wouldn't have to pay it all at one time. So I'm creating accounts payable. So in other words, I'm paying it off in probably like 30 days or something like that. I'm not paying it all at one time. And then once I write it down, once the company writes it down as a, promissory note, it becomes a note payable. So in other words, you run a business, you need inventory, you might not want to purchase everything at one time. You might create accounts payable. And so these are just some of the transactions. Say Gary Line invested $50,000 of his money to begin the business. He deposited $50,000 in the bank. So in a business bank account, it would be $50,000 debited cash, $50,000, and credit owner's equity $50,000. So this will be the transaction. So that's the question. That's the transaction. So I'm not going to read all of these. And this is just an example of this is an example of This is let me close this off. So this is an example of so this is an example of this is an income statement, statement of owner's equity, a balance sheet, and a statement of cash flow. So this is an income statement right there at the top. Then we have a statement of owner's equity, and then we have a statement of that's a balance. This is a balance sheet. That's a balance sheet, and this is a statement of cash flow. So yeah, this is an income statement. So those are some statements that and then these are some little problems. Smith invests $35,000 in personal funds to start the business. So our debit cash $35,000, credit owner's equity $35,000. So and this is the one right here. She purchases on account. Office supplies cost $350. So purchasing office supplies $350. If I purchase it on account, I definitely want credit accounts payable $350. So it says she purchases on office supplies. So I probably would debit office supplies $350 and credit accounts payable $350. So I'm not gonna do all these because I'm not by my blackboard right now. So I think we could do. I think I would try one more. Smith locates apartments for clients and receives cash of $1,900. So she locates apartments for clients and receives cash $1,900. I'm gonna debit cash $1,900 because she's receiving cash $1,900, and she locates apartments for clients and receives cash. So probably I will probably do accounts receivable. There could be accounts receivable. It said she received cash. If she received cash, I'm thinking that's accounts receivable. I'm thinking about debiting accounts receivable, and also I want to debit cash $1,900, or either I could debit cash $1,900 and credit owner's equity $1,900. And then also let's see. Okay, here goes another one. Look, the business sells office supplies to another business for $150. So the business sells office supplies to another business. So if the business sold office supplies for $150, that means they're receiving some cash. So I would debit cash $150, and so since their supplies will increase, the business sales office supplies. So in other words, it would decrease supplies. I will credit my supplies account $150 and debit cash $150 because she's receiving $150 cash, but she's getting rid of some supplies. She's getting rid of supplies, but she's gaining an asset, which is cash. So I would debit the cash account $150 and credit office supplies $150. So I think I'm gonna end on this note today, class. Let me see some of the stuff in here. This is just a review. Okay, here's another one. Folsom deposited $50,000 cash in a business bank account. So we're debit cash 50,000, credit owner's equity 50,000. Paid monthly rent on medical equipment. So the paid monthly rent on medical equipment, I want to credit cash 700 because it's coming out of the cash account, and then paid monthly rent. I would say if they paid monthly rent, that would definitely be a debit to cash 700. Paid rent on month, and I would probably debit medical equipment. I would debit medical equipment 700 and credit cash 700 because it's coming out the cash account. So, and this is a little trial balance right here. This is a little trial balance. So we have a trial balance. In other words, in a trial balance, you still want to line up your debits and credits and see if they match. So these seem to match, you know. So that's a trial balance. So class, I think I'm going to end on this note today because it's an hour. And I want to say thanks for joining me today. And thanks for joining me, County for Real. So I just have a little bit left. I want to finish that. I didn't, this is so good. You want to try this hood. Always, when I saw the commercial, I always said, you know, I wanted to try it. And, it has, let me show you, it has, 150 calories. It has 2% fat, saturated fat 4%, cholesterol 4%, but sodium will get you 360 milligrams of sodium, 16% sodium, but it does have 3% fiber, 20 grams of sugar, 25% protein, which is 13 grams. So, but I say 20 grams of sugar, but it don't even taste that sweet because you have your cottage cheese. See, you have the cottage cheese, and you have the cottage cheese, and it's not even sweet, and it doesn't really have a whole lot of it doesn't have a whole lot of fruit in it to make it real sweet. But I guess 20 grams of sugar is a small amount, but because it's not like it has a whole lot of sugar. It has a whole lot of fruit. So, but you know, not like it has a whole lot of, you know, fruit. So, okay, I'm gonna say thanks for joining me today, and hope you enjoyed this little lecture today. So I did do some technology trends, and I got a little deep into security and device, you know, new technology devices, trending devices. So watch out for your technology devices, your trends. You run in a business, keep up with your trends in the market. That helps you keep up with your competitors. It helps you bring in that vital information that you need to make those vital decisions in your business. How can you make decisions if you don't keep up with the trends? You don't keep up with technology. You don't keep up with new trends in the market. You know, what if you want to put out a new product? You want to expand your product line. There's just so much to do in business. A lot of things to think about. Cause I was watching Everything Ebony, and she has a YouTube channel, and so they have a lot of bright, prominent young ladies that's running a business, running their own business, and they had everything, you know, very nicely set up, and they had a little YouTube channel. And Jazz Anye, she's pretty good, and it's a whole lot of them. Sometimes I just sit back and watch YouTube all day. I watch other people's channels. I see a lot of people doing some very nice things. So I'm very proud of you ladies, and I am learning a lot, but everything Ebony was saying that you know, when you're running a business, it's not easy. But she sells hair, she makes her own wigs and all that. In other words, she order her bundles from her vendor, make her own wigs and her hair. She wears her own wigs that she makes, and they look beautiful. And she does her own makeup, and Jazz Anya, she do her makeup, and she make wigs too. So I think she just about to get back. I think she about to get started again with selling her you know, her product line. I think she's about to change her product line, Jazz Anya, but everything Ebony, so proud of her. She said she's been in business for about 3 years, so she's doing real good. And she said when you think it's easy, it's not that easy to sell hair because everybody can't sell hair. It's all about marketing, advertising, and promoting. But right, do you have those skills to make that sale? You creating those sales funnels and those flexible websites. In other words, you're creating a website that attracts customers. Because people want to know that, in other words, they want to know that you're trustworthy. They're not going to want to order from you, and they don't know nothing about you, and they don't know if they can trust you, and they don't want to spend their money. So it's a whole lot that goes into the mind of a customer. Because the same thing with me. When I'm shopping, and I'm looking around, I might be in the store, and I might say, do I want to buy this? Or I look at it, it looks real nice, or sometimes you can look at something and say, hey, I think I want to buy that. But then in the last minute, you can change your mind. So a lot comes with making a decision to actually place that order. So that is where those sales funnels come into play. In other words, you might be in your mind that you want to purchase, but then you might say, no, I don't think I will this time. Maybe next time. So companies creating those sales funnels, I guess they have to try to win the customer with the potential. Basically, you're a potential customer when it comes to those sales funnels. So can you actually get those customers to purchase? I mean, you have a nice website. Is it flexible? Are your products going to do what they say they're going to do when the customer actually purchases? Are your products going to do what they say they're going to do? Because sometimes you purchase a product and find out that, this product is not what I wanted. It doesn't serve the purpose. I just wasted my money. But I want to say thanks for joining me today, class. I can just talk. And, I go on and on and on. Once I get started, I know what I want to talk about. I can almost keep it going. But I want to say thanks for joining me today. Come back and see me again. Same place, same time, same channel. Accounting for Real. And this is the end of my Lala yogurt smoothie. I guess they probably say that lady can really drink. So I want to say thanks for joining me today, and hope that you'll come back to see me again. Subscribe to my channel, and I might do another video. I think I'm gonna set up another video because I want to work on my beats. I worked on my beats and everything yesterday, so I'm trying to get my beats together for my next upcoming songs. So you all have a good one. So I want to say come back and join me again. Same place, same time, same channel. Accounting for Real. I love y'all. Hope y'all love me. Come on back to see me. And you all have a good one.